Alrighty. So the 2020 schedule was announced this morning. Would have been noon my time, 4 p.m. Eastern. And I got some pros, some and some cons for you, in my opinion. So let's start with what I like. I like having Martinsville on the Mother's Day weekend. And it's a night race, which we've been asking for since they put the lights up. Actually, most of us have been asking for since the old EA games. So that should be pretty exciting. I also like the fact that it's the last race before ISM, which is now the championship race, which we'll get into. Okay, then we got... I like how they moved up the West Coast swing. That's pretty good. Bristol is in the playoffs. I love that. It's one of NASCAR's best tracks. People love it. You're going to get a pretty good attendance, I'm betting. It's very exciting to see the first round of the playoffs because you got Darlington, you got the Southern 500, the throwback race. One of NASCAR's crown jewels starts off the playoffs. That's good. That pumps me up. And then you got Richmond, which is, it's an okay track. But having 3 short tracks in the first round, that's great. I love that. Moving Vegas a little bit more down the schedule for the playoffs, it will start off the second round. Which, according to people, it was way too hot last year for the playoff race. So hopefully moving it down, it'll be a little bit cooler. I don't live in Nevada, so I couldn't tell you. Then also having the Roval as a cutoff race. So for my map picks, I have ISM as the final race. ISM is an okay track. It's going to be hell for me on NASCAR Heat 4 or 5 because ISM on those games is bad. That's going to be a challenge. But, like, it's just not as good as, say, putting Richmond there, or, I don't know. Heck, Darlington would be a pretty good fit there. Or maybe when Rockingham gets back. That'd be a good place to put it because all the fans, well, the majority of fans love the short track. Which ISM is technically short track. I mean, you can consider it a short track. But I think that'd be a great place for The Rock to fill in later on down the line. And these aren't going to be like a permanent 10-year change, which is promising for 2021. Also, I know the reason why they're doing it. There's a 2-week gap in, I believe it was July. It was after New Hampshire. And I think the Olympics are going on at that point. And NBC is covering the Olympics, so I can see their scheduling issues and why NASCAR would want to take that off. And that kind of moves on to my next thing. Pocono, doubleheader. I'm mixed on that. Because it's the weekend of my birthday. So, well, I'd be getting like a truck race on my birthday, which is, that's nice. But it's just, I don't really care for Pocono. I kind of wish it was not on the schedule. I know it's a staple track. But knocking it out of the way would really benefit. So I don't mind it. And I don't know if they announced that they were going to shorten those races, which I hope they do, because driving 1,000 miles or whatever, 2 days or for 2 days is not very good on driver's health. I mean, look at Bubba Wallace after the it would have been June Pocono race in 2017 when he's filling in for Almirola. Dude fainted. Alright, now for the hate. I don't like that they moved Indy to the July 4th weekend. We'll get to Daytona here in a minute. I wish Indy would just go away. Be gone. That track is bad. I mean, come on, guys. I know it's NBC's fault, because I think they have something in with the track or something like that. So that's annoying as hell. And it's also on the July 4th date. So, well, not that date, but that weekend. Okay, next up, Texas still has 2 dates. Oh, Texas. Man, you don't deserve 2 dates. It'll probably be addressed in the 2021 schedule, hopefully. But man, the last time, well, I mean, Cole Custer won there last year for the Xfinity race, but the last time I can remember something positive happening with a driver, or not a driver, but a positive that I can remember from Texas was freaking the Jeffs fighting. So, yeah. Texas only needs 1 day. Alright, so for the last one, I don't get why they did this. Well, I do, sort of, because I want drama. But moving the Firecracker 400 or the Coke Zero Sugar 400 to the last date before the playoffs. I really do not like this move. I think it's a negative. Here's why. Because you'll have... The problem is the pack racing will not help with... It'll just create more shit than it will, So say I'm looking at my diecast here. Clint Boyer. I am sitting 30 points up from the cut line. And I get tagged in a big one in stage 1 that I had nothing to do with. I was just riding in the back, and somebody drove through me with their ARCA brakes. Imagine the shit show that would happen. Just imagine that. I can see where they're coming from. They want like a Matt DiBenedetto to sneak his way in, or Chris Buescher, Ryan Preece, Ryan Newman. Who knows? But it's a shame that we have to go this far and change up this much just to try to get fans interested. Ideally, this wouldn't be an issue, all changing the schedule, but they have to do what they have to do, which I respect that. But really, the July Daytona race, guys, that's been happening for the longest of times. So, I don't get moving that. I really don't. But hopefully this whole thing works out and we will get a good schedule. We'll get some good racing in next year. Hopefully the cars, well, it's a little bit redundant, but I hope the cars change a little. A valence would be really nice, NASCAR. Probably cost you less. But that's pretty much what I have to say. Also, a little bit of tiny thing. I wouldn't mind having more truck races. Just add like 4 more. Just go as much or remove races from Xfinity. Give them to trucks. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, if Pocono is on the 27th and 28th of June, and isn't there usually a truck race there? Truck race on my birthday, so that will be pretty promising. And I hope Maya Snyder's in it. So, oh man, I'm starting to turn into a kamikaze with Corbin Forrester. Jesus Christ. But yeah,